62-year-old Christina Pasqualetto is behind bars for shooting her husband, 80-year-old John Pasqualetto. At just after midnight on Wednesday the 20th of September, authorities responded to a home in the 200 block of Thoroughbred Drive in Prescott, Arizona, reports of shots fired. When officers arrived at the residence, they found John with a gunshot wound to his wrist. Medics transported him to a local hospital, and he was later flown to a medical center in the Phoenix area with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities learned that Christina and John were getting a divorce and had been separated for months. She'd been living at their residence in Gilbert, while John had been living at their Prescott home. He changed the locks but suspected his wife of taking keys and some belongings from the house. Christina told investigators that she made the 2-hour-plus drive from Gilbert to Prescott because she did not want to get a divorce. At just before midnight, she made her way into the house and walked into the victim's bedroom. He was in bed and the two started arguing about the divorce. When he told her that he still wanted to get a divorce and wasn't changing his mind, she produced a handgun and shot him while he was still in bed. John pushed Christina over, knocking the gun out of her hand. While trying to escape, he hit her with his hands and elbows. He then ran to a neighbour's house for help and called 911. John also advised officers that Christina had stolen checks and forged a check about a week prior for $10,000 and cashed it. Christina admitted to the forgery and theft in an interview with detectives. A deposit slip was found in a purse by officers for the same amount. Christina is charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault, forgery and theft. She's held at the Yavapai County Jail with bond yet to be set. 34-year-old Omar Drabek is behind bars on suspicion of killing his wife after her body was found in a lake last month. At around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 29th of August, a boater on Jordan Lake in Apex, North Carolina contacted the Chatham County Sheriff's Office after noticing a body in the water near Farrington Point boat ramp. Deputies arrived at the scene and recovered the victim. Following an extensive investigation, the victim was identified as 34-year-old Hadil Hikmat through fingerprint analysis. Officials have not released the cause of death, but has said it was neither accidental nor self-inflicted. On the 8th of September, deputies carried out 2 search warrants, one at the couple's home at 736 Treviso Lane, Apex, and the other at 1916 Westcott Drive in Raleigh, where Hadil was known to frequent. An arrest warrant was issued stating that Omar threw his wife's body from a bridge and into the lake. On Tuesday the 19th of September, Omar was taken into custody on charges of first-degree murder and concealment of an unnatural death. He's held at the Chatham County Jail without bond. Authorities have not released a motive. Hadil was born in Iraq, majored in chemical engineering, and moved to North Carolina last year following a marriage to Omar. Her brother Forrest Hikmat, who lives in Istanbul, said his sister was so ambitious and so dedicated. He alleged his sister and Omar argued because she kept in touch with her relatives overseas. Forrest said he contacted authorities and reported his sister missing when she stopped returning his text messages after the 28th of August. "We lost our sister. We want justice," he said. The investigation into the matter continues. Police are searching for a 23-year-old man who's accused of exposing himself to schoolgirls. On the morning of Friday the 22nd of September, a group of 3 middle school girls were walking to the bus near 5th Street and Avocado Avenue in the Sanford neighborhood of Orlando, Florida, when they saw a man later identified as Gerald Wynn standing by a tree displaying his manhood and touching himself. The girls walked away, but Gerald followed them. At some point, Gerald grabbed a backpack belonging to one of the girls, which she removed so she could flee. The girls were able to run from the area and notify their parents about the incident. Based on the investigation, it's believed previous encounters with Gerald may have occurred in the area that had not been reported. An arrest warrant has been issued for Gerald for lewd and lascivious behaviour and attempted kidnapping. Sanford Police Chief Cecil Smith said that this type of behaviour is nothing other than disgusting. "Our children should be able to walk to school and never encounter a situation such as this one," he said. "I encourage anyone who knows of similar incidents to come forward. We need to get this man off the streets immediately, before he victimises another child." The investigation into the matter continues. 27-year-old Autumn Goodwin is behind bars for fatally stabbing 28-year-old Shauna Weems. At 12:38 a.m. on Monday the 18th of September, authorities responded to an apartment complex in the 1000 block of South Gilbert Street in Hemet, California on reports of a disturbance. When first responders arrived, they found Shauna suffering from several stab wounds. She was rushed to a local hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Investigators said that Shauna confronted Autumn and a man who were outside doing drugs near a bedroom window where her 3 kids were sleeping. The women started shouting at each other when Autumn pulled out a knife and stabbed Shauna before taking off in an RV. On Friday the 22nd of September, Autumn was arrested after officers served a search warrant in the 600 block of Vista del Monte, about 2 blocks away from where the stabbing occurred. She was charged with murder and is held at the Riverside County Jail with bail set at $1 million. The investigation into the matter continues.